Let's kick it off then. So, obviously, thank you for joining me, Mike. Um, Tell me how your season's going so far.
I'll probably just a quick glance at the league table will tell you just about what you need to know.
Yeah.
It's not gone very well. It's been tough. I mean, it was shaping up all pre-season to be tough going. You know, we sold every player that was worth any money and replaced them with loans and free signings, which, you know, in the Championship isn't always a recipe for disaster, but given who's in charge, the ownership and stuff like that, it's a bit of a mixing pot of, you know, it's basically like a incompetence written all over it a little bit. And I mean, so it's transpired. It's been a very, very tough start, and the wins have been very hard to come by, especially with our clean sheet record being, absolutely abysmal, quite frankly.
So I take it the Venkies are still in charge, is that correct?
Oh yeah. If they've gone, let me know. I'm all ears. I'll be as happy as anybody else. But they're still in charge. I mean, unfortunately, they seem to have this ability to hang around, call it stubbornness, or wanting to get right whatever they've got wrong or something. Unlike a lot of the other owners who, when they sort of realise they're onto a bit of a difficult thing, like at Leeds and Forest and stuff, when they sell up and leave, ours seems to just want to hang around and. I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint why. The motivation's never been very clear from the off, but they seem to be here indefinitely at the moment.
And what do you think their motivation is there for sticking around if this is the case at the club?
To annoy me intensely, probably to start with, and I'm probably not on my own there. I don't know. It's really hard. It would just purely be speculation. Maybe there's a lot of rumours that go around that they were very badly advised when they took over. They were exploited by agents and literally the rumour mill goes crazy with things like that. I'm not sure. They might just out of sheer pride be hanging around until something goes right, trying to find a few, and I'll keep hold of your legal team's number. Exploiting a few tax loopholes or something. I could go on. It is anything. Your guess really is as good as mine.
And what does that mean for Owen Coyle? Because obviously he's come with a decent record behind him. Everywhere he's gone, he's done well. But obviously, looking at the league table now, obviously this is a bit of a blip on his CV.
Yeah, I don't mind. I wouldn't say he's been good everywhere he's gone. I mean, Wigan fans might tell you a little bit differently. I mean, certainly, it's late at night. I've forgotten which US team he was in charge of now. I completely, sorry, I'm sure I'll get slated for that, but where he was, where he came from to come and join us. Again, I think they were round bottom of the league or something. I didn't want him. I'll be honest, I'd never ever wanted him in charge. I thought it was a bad appointment. I don't think it was very well handled appointing him. Having said that, though, I don't, even managers that are 3 or 4 times his ability level would struggle given the sort of structure in place at the club, the sort of current finances that they have to work under or restrictions that they have to work under. I think it's a hard job for anybody. So I do sympathise with him to a certain extent, but he's got his work cut out, and I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of faith in him personally.
Oh God, this doesn't sound too good. Obviously.
No.
Obviously, we acquired one of your ex-players, Grant Hanley. What did you make of that whole transfer this season?
I thought it was very interesting how when he decided he was injured in the lead up to the transfer, he kept on shifting which leg was injured. He seemed to go from left to right each day, which was all new levels of genius in manufacturing yourself a move to a bigger club. But it was going to happen. I mean, to be fair, let's face it, let's be perfectly honest, Rovers are on a bit of a slow slide down. Newcastle obviously had a lot of money to spend in the summer and a promotion push to build for, which was obviously by the looks of things going very well. So yeah, as soon as Newcastle became interested, I must admit I resigned myself to him going. Basically, I don't hold any ill will towards him. He's a nice enough lad. He was a bit inconsistent for Rovers, but certainly last year he was excellent, best player I would say.
Okay. So has there been actually any highlights this season? Because it seems a bit all doom and gloom at the moment, mate.
Oh God, yeah. The weather's been lovely. But, there has been little bits as you go along. I mean, of course, any of the wins are always considered highlights, aren't they? That away win at Derby was unexpected, which always makes it a bit of a highlight as well. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Again, it's hard to rattle off endless highlights to you because it has been tough going. There's no getting away from that. But I mean, you could probably even point to the win of the weekend when we beat Brentford 3-2. It was absolutely entertaining game and thoroughly enjoyable. The 4-2 win over Rotherham, which I think was our only other win. I'm going through them all now. That was good. So I mean, I must admit, for all the whinging that I will inevitably do, we do at least try and attack, even if that does badly expose any defensive flaws that we've got.
Okay, so on the build up to Saturday, who do we need to look out from a Newcastle United perspective? I keep hearing about this Sam Gallagher. Is he the real deal?
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player. I mean, he sort of, I wouldn't say reminds me of Jordan Rhodes, but you could ask the same questions that you could about Jordan Rhodes, whether he'd be a success in the Premier League on the basis that he doesn't really have a lot of pace, but he's a big presence. He's good with his feet. He's good with his head. He's, I must admit, considering last year he didn't score a goal for MK Dons. He's roughly just under 1 in 2, I think, without checking the stats. Good going. Yeah, definitely. He's a very decent player. Certainly at Championship level, no complaints. Very happy.
So with your current form and all the stuff that you've beared in mind, I mean, what's your outlook on Saturday? How do you think it's going to go? What's your thoughts?
Well, to a neutral, I think you'd look at that and think pedestrian stuff for you, really. Probably like 3-1, 4-1 win or something, which, I'll be honest, I'd probably expect as well. But you never, I mean, if you could predict every football result going, we'd all be very rich, wouldn't we? It's not always easy as that. And Rovers do have the ability to, just as everybody's written them off, pull off some win that they didn't see coming. So it's not out of the question that Rovers might get something from the game, but you'd be a brave man to allocate any money towards the occasion, I would say.
So if you was Owen Coyle in charge on Saturday, how would you look to play the game? Would you just sit back and frustrate the crowd for 20 minutes, or would you just go all gung-ho and just go for it?
I wouldn't go from it from the off. No, I think when you play against teams that have the crowds that Newcastle do, I think when there's an expectation there that the Newcastle fans will have that Rovers will be an easy game for them. It should be something they definitely would expect to win. The more we can frustrate, if we get to half time, for instance, or near with 0-0, the crowd will start getting frustrated, I would expect, and hopefully so, and then it might play into our hands later on. But no, I wouldn't try and go like all out, David Hay level, blow for blow with you, because that won't work out very well, I wouldn't have thought, for Rovers anyway.
So, final thought from you, scoreline prediction, you're going to go with 3-1 or 4-1?
I don't know, I've sort of boxed myself into a corner here, haven't I? But let's have a... Yeah, no, I can't see us getting anything. If they prove me wrong, I'll be the first one delighted about it on Twitter. You won't honestly hear the end of me. But, I'll say 3-1. 3-1's good for me. I'll go with that.
Excellent, man. Cheers for your time, mate. Appreciate it, man.
No worries. Good stuff. Thanks for having me on.
Take care. See you later.
See you later. Bye-bye. Bye.